Traditional education tells students what to learn, not how to learn. Today, you're going to discover how to learn. You're about to begin the most exciting journey of your life, the journey of transformational learning. As you progress through the Memory Genius Learning Series, you'll learn how to harness and unleash your own personal excellence, and you'll rediscover the joy of learning. And you'll find that learning and laughter can go together. The Memory Genius Learning Series brings you the most unique and effective package of learning skills ever assembled. It's designed for every member of the learning family, young and old alike. The Memory Genius Learning Series will give you what today's educational system lacks, a reliable how-to learning methodology. By the time you finish listening to this program, you'll have thrown open the doors to your incredible untapped potential, and you'll have learned how to apply these revolutionary learning skills to virtually any aspect of your life. Your guide through the Memory Genius Learning Program is Jack Lannom. Jack is an accomplished author, educator, television personality, and professional speaker. Millions of Americans have improved their capacity for learning by watching television broadcasts of his renowned learning systems, Lannom's Memory Methods. This series on public television was the first and longest-running show of its kind to air in the United States. But success didn't come easily for Jack. In fact, he was a below-average student. He never read a book during high school and barely squeaked into college on probation. But Jack Lannom was determined to discover what it takes to get ahead in this world, and it was through extensive research at the university that he discovered the key: the development of accelerated learning skills to improve memory, concentration, and thinking. His professors were so astounded by Jack's remarkable progress that they began to ask him to teach them his revolutionary learning methods. Before long, the university was offering college credit to those who enrolled in Jack's learning program, and Jack formed his first company while still a student. Today, Jack is the founder of Lannom Learning Incorporated and an international speaker and consultant invited by Fortune 500 companies all over the United States to come and teach their employees how to learn faster and work smarter than the competition. He has personally tutored some of the most prominent executives in the United States. Jack passionately believes in the untapped potential that lies within each and every human being. Through the Memory Genius Learning Series, he intends to release that potential, your potential, and give you the learning tools to create new and better solutions to old problems, and to help your entire family to reach the point where they truly believe, yes, I am a memory genius. So get ready. Here is your transformational learning coach, Jack Lannom.
Thank you, Kay, for that great introduction. My name is Jack Lannom, and I'm going to be your host for this program entitled The Memory Genius. And the intent of my mind is to bring out the memory genius in you. And we're going to do this with laughter and learning. We're going to experience what's called fun learning. One thing we're going to do with this program, we're going to laugh and we're going to learn. One of my teachers told me and said that, Jack, real learning is fun learning. So I believe that fun learning is not an oxymoron. I believe that you can learn and you can have fun and laugh at the same time. Have you ever met a professor and they talk like this? In my class, we will not laugh. We will not laugh. We will not denigrate our intelligence and go into this tomfoolery. This is not education. I am a professional. I am a professional. And I say to them, yes, you are a professional. You are a professional bore. Have you ever in those classes in college or in high school, and the teachers are talking in this monotone voice, and here you are, you are sound asleep. In this program, I do not want you to sleep. I want you to laugh, and I want you to learn, to open your mind up to incredible possibilities. Someone said if you can see the invisible, you can achieve the impossible. I believe that your mind is infinitely upgradable. Someone said once that we use about 10% of our abilities. I believe we use less than 1/10 of 1% of our abilities. We're going to show you how to tap into this latent genius and unlock all of your mental abilities in 9 hours. You know, I believe in this country we have so many people that really believe that they are incompetent, that education isn't for them. I believe we have so many people that are afraid to learn, and they don't realize they are natural born learners. Watch people. From little children, looking at my grandbaby, this little grandbaby that's a little over a year old, and watching him, Christian, watch him learn. He has this insatiable desire to want to know, understand, and communicate. He's an explorer. He's about discovering things. But something happens when we get older and someone tells us, you know, you're stupid. You can't do this. What's wrong with you? And we begin to believe that we're stupid. Do you know we have in this country 90 million Americans that are functionally illiterate? 90 million Americans that are walking around that can't read. They have problems looking at things or going in for jobs and job applications. They can't even read the application. There's so many students that are dropping out of school every year because they believe that education is not for them. I was just like that. I really believed that I couldn't go into college. I couldn't go into college and use my mind because I did so poorly in high school. See, in high school, I majored in fun, and I majored in football, but I didn't major in academia. And so when I got into college, I was struggling. I had a hard time. I said, oh, I wish I'd applied myself. I wish I'd really been like those students they call the nerds, but the nerds were the ones that were really doing well and going on and making the grade and graduating from college and having a great life. And so I met this man that changed my whole life. When I was 20 years old, he sat down and he showed me some learning techniques that absolutely changed my life forever. He said, Jack, has anyone ever showed you how to use your mind? And I said, no, sir, no one's ever shown me how to use my mind. He said, let me show you something I think will act as a stimulus for you to want to get in and start using your mind, son. So he took a piece of paper and he numbered on this paper from 1 to 16. He handed it to me. He said, now hold it up where I cannot see it. And I want you to give me vocabulary words. I want you to give me any vocabulary word. For example, number 5, that can be preambulator. And any number, I don't care what the vocabulary word is, Jack. And then fill the whole page up with 16 different words at random. And then turn the paper over and we'll talk for a few minutes. And then we'll pick it back up and you call out a number. I'll give you the vocabulary word. You check it off. Or the vocabulary word. I'll give you the number. And we'll go through and I'll recall all 16 after hearing it once. I was looking at him. I said, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. He said, Jack, in school, we're never taught how to learn. Please don't miss this. This is so important for the whole program. He said, Jack, in school, we are told what to learn. We're never taught how to learn anything. I was thinking, wow, that is really, really interesting. He said in school, this is called exhortation. They exhort us. In school, they tell us what to learn. They encourage us. Come on, I want you to learn all 43 presidents. They say this is exhortation. So exhortation, he said, without explanation leads to frustration. I said, wow, that's me. So they tell you, we want you to learn all 43 presidents. We want you to learn the periodic table. We want you to learn 300 composers and the dates of their compositions. What they never tell you how to do this. I was saying, boy, that really makes sense. He said, has anyone ever showed you how to learn, how your mind works, how your right brain works, your left brain works, an interplay of both learning, both hemispheres and learning process, that you have a triune brain, the R complex, the limbic brain, the neocortex. He was saying all these things. I was thinking, what in the world are you talking about? He said, this is whole brain learning, Jack. He said, most education is dealing with the left brain and doesn't use the right brain whatsoever. That your right brain is visual. Your left brain is verbal. Your right brain is creative. Your left brain is critical. Your right brain is the big picture. Your left brain is the details. He said, I'm going to show you how to do all this, but first of all, let me demonstrate what I can do. I want to be a model, a learning model for you, and then, Jack, get you on the learning journey. That sounded so good for me. He said, you're a natural born learner, but no one's ever taught you how to use this mind of yours, this incredible mind. You're a genius, Jack. That sounded so good, so encouraging to me that I was a genius. So I gave him the 16 vocabulary words, like he said, in sequence, out of sequence, at random. Turned the paper over, talked to him for about 10 minutes, just like he said.
picked the paper back up. I was thinking, there's no way, because he put them in his mind as fast as I would say a number. And I would give him a vocabulary word. He'd say, okay, just about that fast. I mean, just no time. It wasn't minutes or, an hour doing this or 30 minutes. This was just in seconds. And so I held it up, and he said, now, Jack, call off a vocabulary word, and I'll give the number, or the number, and I'll give you the vocabulary word. So I called off any number, and it instantly gave me the vocabulary word, and I checked it off. And as I went through all this, I was astounded. I mean, my face, I lit up. I was glowing. I said, this is amazing. I have never in my life, no professors, none of my teachers in high school or in college, none of my friends, I've never seen anyone do this. I said, you're a genius. He said, well, yes, I am, but you are also. He said, the only difference between me and you, Jack, is that you have not learned how to learn. I have a trained mind, and you do not have a trained mind, but I'm going to teach you how to use your mind, unlock that mind of yours. And then the next hour, I was changed. My whole life changed in the next hour. He showed me how to do that and began teaching me about association, about the whole field of mnemonics. It was so thrilling. I want you to get wrapped up in the thrill of this whole thing. He showed me that the human mind is a universe of relationships. You give the mind any idea, and it instinctively, automatically associates it to something else. But you do this unconsciously. So he said, in this program, in this whole mnemonics field, you're going to learn how to do these things consciously, and you're going to learn several systems. So I began learning different mnemonic, which means memory aid systems, accelerated learning systems. The first one I learned was the visual symbol system. And so I took this, and when I did it, I did the same thing he did, and he gave it to me. Then I gave 16 different vocabulary words back to him. He explained the whole process to me. And he looked at me and said, what do you think? I was going, what do I think? So I said, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to amaze everybody. No one can believe what I can do. This is incredible. I said, I just love this. I'm a new person. I've just been born, right? Like I came out of a cocoon. I'm not stupid. 3 things happened to me. Don't miss this. I said to myself, I am not incompetent. Number 2, I can learn anything I want to learn. And number 3, don't miss this, I can become anything I want to become. Today, I'm paid $7,500 an hour all across the United States and Fortune 500 companies to teach their top executives these programs. I'm a published author. I've written several books. I've had my own national TV show, all because of one man that took the time to encourage me and become a model, a learning model for me, and a learning mentor. Guess what I did? I went back home, went to my parents, and I said, Dad, sit down. I want to show you something. I want to show you what I can do with my mind. I said, take out a piece of paper and number from 1 to 16 on this paper and call out vocabulary words and call them out at random. And I'm going to give you this backwards, forwards, in sequence, and recall it any way you want me to recall it. I can do this. He said, son, you can do this? I know who you are. I said, yes, Dad. I know I've been the class clown. I've been the stupid person all of my life, but I have a mind. I really have a mind. And he said, okay, let's go. And so he gave me the 16 different vocabulary words at random, just like I said. I said, now, Dad, turn the paper over. Let's talk about anything you want to talk about for the next 10 minutes. And so we did this. He was looking at me rather oddly, and he was saying, you still know these numbers, son? I said, these vocabulary words, you still know those, boy? And I said, yes, sir, I do. He said, well, we've talked long enough. Let me pick this up. Now, how you want me to do this? I said, just call out a number, and I'll tell you the vocabulary words you gave me, Dad, at random. Doesn't have to be 1 through 16. Just do it at random. And so he began calling out the number, and I would give him the vocabulary word. All 16 did it perfectly. He looked at me, he said, son, you're not stupid then, are you? I said, no, Dad, I'm not stupid. Thanks for the encouragement, Dad. I said, no, I'm not stupid. I said, I know now I can learn anything I want to learn, Dad, and I can become anything I want to become. This message needs to go out to literally tens of thousands of students and adults all across America, because so many people believe they cannot learn. Do you know the problem is it's not a problem that you're lacking the innate ability. The problem is that you have never been taught how to learn. is we're told, again, listen to this phrase, we're told what to learn, but we're never taught how to learn anything. In this, I'm going to go through 4 systems and show you many applications from many areas of your life, practical applications, and show you how to do this. With what I did then, with this man that taught me how to use my mind, this acted as the impetus for me to go to the library and to check out about 26 books. I immersed my mind into the whole field of accelerated learning. And I said, I can use my mind, I can learn. I began developing programs, developing my own systems. I began making A's in college. Never did this. I was on the dean's list. First time in my whole life I was on the dean's list in college. My friends asked me, well, Jack, how'd you do in this test? I said, well, I made an A. I said, you made an A? That you're the class clown. You're the joker of the whole high school. How'd you make an A? And I showed them. I began to teach them. They began to make A's. In my 3rd year of college, they actually gave college credit for the program, and I began charging for it, and I became an entrepreneur in my 3rd year of college. I said, I'm onto something. My professors had me began letting me teach this and demonstrate this in their classes to hundreds and hundreds of students in the psych class and the sociology classes. And they said, Jack, could you teach me how to use my mind? I was going, wow, I'm really onto something. So I started a company there in college. And then after school, I began to teach this in high schools and then to teach it in universities and go into companies and teach this. And then I was approached by PBS in 1986 to write and produce the first show in America on the mind. It was a 13-hour special on the mind that went all across the United States. It was ran for 11 years starting in 1986. Let me tell you a cute story. My daughter, when she was 5 years old, I taught her one of the systems, the visual symbol system, and taught her how to listen to a 20-digit number, hear it one time, and repeat it forwards and backwards hearing it once. She was 5 years old. I went on a business trip. After 4 days, I called her up and I said, Christy, do you know this number that Daddy gave you? She says, yes, Daddy. I said, honey, do you know all 20 numbers? Yes, Daddy, I think I do. And I said, give it to me. And so she gave me all 20 numbers. She missed one going forwards. And then she corrected herself. And then she went backwards and got all 20 perfectly going backwards. And I said, Christy, that's fantastic. Honey, you're awesome. You're a genius. I love you, baby. So I'll see you in about a couple hours. Daddy will be home. She says, Daddy, I also can give it to you sideways. I was thinking to myself, sideways. There's no such thing as sideways. She says, Daddy, I know it's sideways. I was thinking, what is that? I didn't say that there's no such thing. I was thinking to myself, I might have a child prodigy on my hands and she's going to teach Daddy something new. And so I said, with my heart beating on my chest with great anticipation, I said, Christy, give it to Daddy sideways. You know what she did? She gave me the first number, the last number, and took it from both ends and went to the middle and gave it to me sideways. That was amazing. So now I teach my friends, and memorizing things is you're going to learn it forward, backward, and also you're going to learn it sideways. Now what I want to do, I want to give you an overview of the whole program. I want you to see the entire program, what you're going to be learning, because I want to stimulate you. I want to get you on this learning journey, lifelong journey. Do you know that your company needs to become a learning organization? Your organization needs to learn faster and work smarter than the competition. Your children, the competition out there in school and college and for getting that job, it is horrendous. Now we're into global competition. So there's never been a greater time, I think, in history to learn techniques of accelerated learning techniques of learning how to learn, how to make that grade, how to get that job that you want, to pass in college, to go on and graduate, to get your PhD, to get your MBA, whatever you're working toward, to have the tools to do this. Now, I want to give you an overview of the whole program, of all 18 lessons of what you're going to learn. And I want you to listen closely because there'll be things in this overview that you'll say, wow, I can't believe this. I'll do this. Do you realize that the many people that buy programs like this, the statistics say 90% of the people that buy this, if you have this on CD or tapes, they do not finish the program. 90% do not finish it. Make a commitment with me right now. I'm sitting in your room. I want to become your friend, your coach, your transformational learning coach, getting you on this learning journey, lifelong learning. Say to me right now, Jack, I'm going to make the commitment to stay with you through all 18 lessons, all 9 hours. Please stay with me. I implore you, I beg you, because your life will be changed. If you go through this, you will never be the same, or your family. Get your family involved. This is for 8 to 80 years old. I mean, get Granny. Get Granny in here. Granny will love to do it. Get everybody, the little kids. I mean, get everybody involved. It will transform your family. Take it into your company. Give it to your employees. It'll upgrade the whole company. How do you change a company? You don't. You change individuals. How do you grow a company? You don't. You grow the individual. This will help them with their confidence. Someone said you can go through life without knowing the mathematics of Descartes or the sonnets of Shakespeare, but you cannot go through life without confidence. This program will give you abounding confidence. It will show you that I can learn anything I want to learn. It'll give you the tools. Now the overview. First of all, in section one, we'll cover lessons 1 through 6. In lessons 1 through 6, we're going to introduce to you 2 of my systems, the visual symbol system and the topical system. And then we're going to teach you 3 natural memory systems that you're born with. It's innate. This a priori mind of yours, this innate mind is born with 3 natural memory systems. Then I'm going to teach you the 8 boosters, 8 learning enhancers. Phenomenal things with this. How to enhance everything. This is worth the price of the whole program, of learning these 8 learning enhancers, because whatever you learn, you need to know these enhancers. It will boost, skyrocket everything you're going to learn. Then I'm going to give you applications for children, something real simple. Adults love this also, of how to learn 9 planets in just about a minute. The 9 planets in our solar system, in sequence, out of sequence, in just a very short period of time. And then we'll take this and we'll apply it to something for in school, another application with prepositions with children in school. It's a great application for adult as well, as far as a skill builder. And then I'm going to teach you the 7 habits of highly effective people. Many people have read Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but most people cannot give you those 7 habits from memory, in sequence, out of sequence, backwards or forwards. But I'm going to show you with this tape in these lessons 1 through 6, how to lock this in your mind, where you can get up and deliver a speech on Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Then at the end of this, you're going to learn, don't miss this, how to listen to 20 numbers, a 20-digit number like my daughter did, and hear it once and receive it and hear it once and give it forward, backward after hearing it one time, which is a great builder for your confidence. Wonderful thing. That's section 1, lessons 1 through 6. Now section 2, this will cover lessons 7 through 12. This is going to advance you, really advance you on your mental pegs. We have something in the visual symbol system called mental pegs. We're going to give you 1,000 mental pegs. Can you imagine? Or you could put into your mind, you will not believe this, 1,000-page textbook. A doctor right now at the Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, Florida, I'm teaching him to put 1,000-page textbook into his mind. I've been privately tutoring him on this. He got the program just like you have, and I've been tutoring him how to put 1,000-page medical book in his mind. Next, in this section 2, in lessons 7 through 12, you're going to learn also all 43 presidents. This is a great skill builder, a great technique for students and the application of this for presidents, all 43 presidents, in sequence, out of sequence, in 1 hour. You'll hear this in 1 hour. That's astounding. You take this into the classroom and show teachers how to do this, and gives these kids the confidence that they need to boost their confidence and their image of themselves, that they're not incompetent, that learning's for them. Go on and be whatever God's intended for you to be. Then the 43 presidents. Then we're going to show the three laws of learning. We're going to teach you the law of recency, the law of primacy, the law of rhythmic rehearsal, which is really tremendous. Also applications for historical dates. One of my students, he put into his mind 300 dates, 300 composers with the dates of their composition and the names of all their composition to get his master's degree in music, which is awesome. And then we're going to show you, after the dates, we're going to show you with telephone numbers, how to put 10 telephone numbers into your mind. Can you imagine 10 telephone numbers in your mind? That's 100 digits into your mind. And then we'll show you how to put a textbook. We showed you a textbook. And if you wanted to, a magazine, a Time magazine. I used to do this in colleges all the time, take and put a whole Time magazine into my mind, 100-some pages, know what's on every page. And then we're going to show you applications for the periodic table, how to put the periodic table in your mind. And then we'll give you applications for prose, poetry, anecdotes, and then nutrition, all the breakthroughs in nutrition, pycnogenol, herbs and things that'll be great, all the things for attention deficit disorder. You're going to love that. One tape is worth the price of the whole program. Then in section 3, we're going to go in and teach you the link system. We're going to learn names and faces. I'd just like to walk into a room and meet 20 people and learn their names after one introduction. Well, you're going to learn this in that section. Also, you're going to learn then in section 3, lessons 13 through 18, 3:13 through 18, not only the names and faces, but you're going to have learning how to, say, for example, the preamble to the Constitution. I'm going to teach you how to put this into your mind. We'll put this in there in just a matter of minutes, about 52 words in a couple of minutes. And then we're going to learn spelling. We're going to show you spelling, my 10 keys for successful spelling. And then the three keys for instant vocabulary power. Then I'm going to show you foreign vocabulary, German, French, Spanish, and English vocabulary, how to put hundreds of new foreign vocabulary words in your mind. And then we're going to show you how to learn the longest word in the English language, 45 letters long, pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. And guess what? I'm doing this whole program with no notes. Can you believe that? There's Frank back there. We've got Constantine in the studio, and they're back there with 2 thumbs up, and they're smiling and laughing because I'm in here. Well, guess what? I'm in here with my mind and the mic and no notes. And guess what? If I can do this, anybody can do it. Jack said, some people say, well, what's your IQ, Jack? Well, my IQ and my dog are pretty much the same. But if I could do it, anybody could do it. But I want to show you that I'm the product of the product. That I've put all 9 hours, all 18 lessons in sequence, out of sequence, in my mind, and you can do it too. You are a genius. You're amazing. You have a phenomenal mind. Amazing, amazing mind. When I first was exposed to this, I saw this man that sat down with me for 1 hour. I was thinking, me? This, not me. All the things you've heard going through the program of all 3 sections, of all 9 hours and 18 lessons, I want you to stay with me. I want you to say, Jack, I am committed to this. You're my transformational learning coach, and I'm going to stay on this transformational learning journey, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to be disciplined, and I'm going to go through all the lessons. Let me suggest something for you. Why don't you get a friend and sit down and go through it with your husband or your wife or your children or a coworker. Have someone that you can commit a certain time a day, and I want to give you a challenge. Take this and do it in 30 days. Do it in a month. From right now, the time you listen to this first tape, get your calendar right now and say, I'm going to make a commitment. I'm not going to be like most of the people out there that 90% of the people do not stay with a program. They listen to the first couple of tapes, they put it aside, or the first couple of CD or so, they put it aside, they don't listen to it. Don't be like that. I want you to be disciplined, change your life with this, and say, I'm going to have a certain amount of time, I'm going to dedicate to this every week, and I will stay with this program because we're going to be transformed. On the first day, when you turn it over, you're going to start doing things on the other side of lesson 2 that you never believed. We're going to laugh. We're going to have so much fun together. We're going to laugh and we're going to learn. You're going to look at each other if you're doing it with a family member, if you're doing it with a coworker or with a child. You're going to look at each other and think, I can't believe what we're doing. This is amazing because we've never been taught how to learn. In school, we're told what to learn, but never taught how to learn anything. For the first time in your life, you're going to be supplied with a whole abundance of learning tools and learning how to learn. So right now, let's get ready to go into lesson 2, and I'm going to bring out the best in you.